So this is what we are actually looking at on a 1 minute time frame, and this right here is what we are looking at on a 45-minute time frame. What is the difference? Absolutely nothing. The difference currently is price is creating a double bottom right here, and it might just start reversing right now. So let's see what's happening. I've said it might just start reversing right now, and as you can see, we just got the big rejection right there. So what's this telling me? This is telling me that price is ready to buy. I just lost a trade just right now. I just lost a trade. That is basically the reason why you don't buy when price is almost at its highest, right? That's why you don't buy, because this right now just shows that price is going to buy. Price is going to buy. It's not going to sell anymore, right? This right here, that's just what it is saying. Price is going to buy, price is not going to sell anymore. But indeed, I was actually buying and I just lost that trade. So what do? I have to actually calculate where my stop loss has to be. So this right here actually initiated the whole push all the way up. So anything I do around this zone, my stop loss has to be below this range right here. That is basically the main reason why um this is going to be either a good trade or a bad trade, right? So what do I see happening? Should I execute three trades? Absolutely not. I'll probably execute another trade if price breaks above this zone right here. But for the meantime, no, I don't have to execute three trades. No, I just have to execute two, and that is it. So yeah, that's just it. I have to put my stop loss, and let's see what happens. You see what I just talked about this in a recent video. I just talked about this. The way price is, sometimes if you are caught in a higher trend, and you're about to lose, please, sometimes it's not good to extend your stop losses. I could have extended my stop loss and I wouldn't have been in a loss, but still, what if price actually just continued pushing all the way down? What do I have to say about that? You see the reason why you don't do that, right? So yes, this is what you are looking at on a bigger time frame, a 45-minute time frame to be precise. Price just retested the last low, creating a double bottom right here. So it's now going to take out these highs. Absolutely nothing was happening, and I actually lost a trade, right? Absolutely nothing. So sometimes this do happens, right? You come into the market, you execute at the wrong time. I executed at the wrong time, so I lost the trade, and that is it. Now this is the right time. This is price at its lowest, right? So when we come back to the 5 minute time frame, this is what we are currently looking at on the 5 minute what time frame, right? Now because I've lost this trade, about 6k in losses, I have to try my best and gain that losses back. Not with this trade, but with at least a different trade, right? So what I'm currently looking forward for is for price to push all the way up, take out this last high right here. So when this high is broken through, I'll be executing another trade just to counter this loss right here. So that this trade that I've already executed will just still be in profit. Nothing is going to change about it, but I'll be using the trade that I'll take here just to counter this loss, about 6k in loss. So I'll execute only one trade right here and I'll use it to counter the loss. But that is just it. That is just it. So sometimes this what happens. Price, you come into the markets and this just happened. Price just push all the way through, um, screw you over, and at the same time just reverses and start pushing all the way up again. So this right here becomes the TP that I actually want price to go to. But because of this movement right here, you can see what happened just around this zone right here. Because of these movements, I don't really think I should be taking my TP around this high right here. I actually and genuinely think I should be looking forward for it pushing all the way up to 33.80 thereabouts, right? So that would be extremely huge, but at the same time, it's worth it, right? So this right here is 33.80 around this zone right here. So probably I should be looking forward to maybe taking my TPs around 33.77. That doesn't mean if price breaks above this high right here, I wouldn't actually do what? Um I wouldn't actually get out of a trade. Of course, yes, I'll get out of a trade, But I'm just talking about my final TPs, which I'll probably get out when price pushes all the way up to this highs right here. That would be extremely good and extremely nice, right? So yes, I'm actually looking forward for that. And at the same time, the trade I'll be taking here, probably if price push above this, and if it reaches at least 7k, that trade I'll be taking here, I'll probably get out of that trade because I just want price to continue shooting all the way up. So if I was actually going to stretch my stop loss, I mean, look at it, it wouldn't have been worth it, right? Because I'll have to bring it all the way down to this zone right here, which would have been a very stupid idea. So that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it. But yes, that's just what I'm looking at. Let's see what happens next. This happens, losses happens. As I've already said, you lose trades, you win trades, and sometimes you just got caught in a different market, or you just happen to be in the market at the wrong time, just like I was. The analysis was good on the bigger time frame, but it needed a rejection, and this is the rejection right here, or the reaction before the actual move. Now that reaction took me out of that trade, and that is it. So if the actual move is happening, I already know on the bigger time frame we are going all the way up, so I'm just waiting for reasons to buy. I don't really care about those sells, right? That's why you see me not executing a sell when price was pushing all the way down, because it's ready to buy, it's not ready to sell. So if there's any sell, it's a reaction. If it's taking me out of the trade, yeah, so far as it's a reaction, I don't really mind. I can still execute another trade again. So let's see what happens next.
A few minutes later.
All right, guys. So I just got the full TP hits on the next trade that I actually took. Now, so what do you actually learn from this? First of all, daily time frames and bigger time frames are the best. So far as you know the direction of the trend, as you can see, it was extremely good, right? I've already said it when price was just pushing all the way back. That right there was just what, a pullback. It wasn't really anything serious. So I wasn't it wasn't really necessary for me to be looking for sales, right? But yeah, that's just it. Price came all the way up. I had to execute this trade because, as I've already said, I lost 6k right here, so I have to execute this trade in order to combat this loss right there, right? But yeah, that's just it. So the full TP of the trade has just been hit. Now, obviously, get out of one TP. Obviously, get out of one, and I'll put the rest just around this zone right here, probably at 3k thereabout. Price might come back and retest that zone. So I'm just being cautious, right? I'm just being cautious, but this is just the trade. You see what is happening, right? In trading, don't think you never lose. Of course you are going to lose. It's normal for you to lose, right? Because price has its movement. All you need to do is just join in, right? But sometimes you join in at the wrong time, just like as I joined in right here. It was the wrong time. Price was still going to have a nice what, pullback to retest this zone right here. I already knew this zone was a good level. So when price came back and I'm seeing a counter trade, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to execute the trade because the daily time frame, the bigger time frame, this is a 45-minute time frame, is actually telling me to do what? To buy, right? So there's no need for me to be looking for sales. And yes, that is it. Right now, I don't really have any. Yes, I still have the loss, but I also have a trade that combated that loss. Even after the loss, I was still in profits already, but that doesn't really matter. Right now, I have 5 trades out of 6 trades, and those 5 trades are winners and just one trade that is a loss, right? So that is why you also have to understand risk management. You see that when price actually came all the way down, I did not hesitate. I just allowed it. Sometimes I'll actually get out of the trade around this zone before it even reach my stop loss, right? But you always have to keep in mind that the amount that you are actually risking on that trade, the amount you are risking on that trade is actually the amount you are risking on that trade. I don't know whether you understand that. If you are risking $500 on a trade, please risk $500 on the trade. Pulling your stop loss all the way down and getting out of trade prematurely is just going to hurt your account, because assuming if I had gotten out of the trade around this zone right here because price was pushing all the way up and this did not happen, price just immediately started shooting all the way up, what do you think I'm going to do? I'll be forced to actually execute another trade again. So you have seen something that looks like this. So let me show you this. All right. So you would have seen something that looks like a lot of what sells around this zone, followed by a lot of buys around this zone again, right? Extremely serious. But what do you see? Absolutely nothing. I bought here, price did not go anywhere. It came all the way back down. It had to do what? Take me out of my trade around this zone right here. And that was it. When price started rejecting from this zone, I knew for sure that we were pushing all the way up. What do? I execute two trades and I wait for a confirmation. When the confirmation is done, which is when price actually breaks above this zone right here, what do? I execute another trade above because it's now confirmed because price has just broken through this high. It's confirmed that it's continuing that uptrend. And moreover, the bigger time frame was telling me to do what? To buy. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to buy. We haven't even reached a resistance zone. This right here is a very serious resistance zone. It might be a resistance zone that will push price back down, or probably price will just push through it, retest it, and continue pushing all the way up. But yes, that is just it. You always have to know that, of course, you are going to lose because you are not the one making the market. No, you are not the one. Your ability in this market is just to join, hop in on a trend and follow it wherever it goes, right? Now, that is why I've always told you execute two trades. Right now, I don't really care about what is happening right now. I'll only be actually worried if there's serious news, which I know that with news, the spread might even push all the way down and close me around here in losses, right? Even though I still have stop loss, but it can still happen with news. So probably that is the only problem I'll be having. But other than that, there's really no problem. I've taken my first TP. The trade that I took here to combat the loss, I've taken it as well. You can see all those trades are done. So right now, what do? I just sit around and wait. You guys still have the 714 method to trade. I wouldn't be trading it anymore. The overall day has been good, right? 6 trade, 1 loss. A very good day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.